Hey man, what up man? Guys, I get a lot of comments like this one right here. What apps or what websites do you use to check stats? You guys know I'm a big stats guy. I love giving everyone stats so then you guys can make your best informed decision before you place your picks for the day. But today, I'm gonna let you know the apps and websites. It's gonna be a little bit of a lengthier video, but here we go. First off, I feel like I have to preface this by saying sometimes you can fall down a stats rabbit hole. Just find the stats that you value and the stats that you really like and then go with them. But my first website that I like to use, and it's mainly in baseball, is Fangraphs. Now, I'm going to point out some things here. As you can tell, I'm going to move my head here. You can look right here. You can put in like dates. Hey, how are teams hitting right-handed pitching in the month of June? And it spits out every one of these stats below us. Or maybe you want to see over the last 2 weeks how teams are hitting left-handed pitching and how much they are striking out. You can organize this by every one of these categories over here. I talk about a lot of stats, and this is one of the main websites. Or maybe you're interested on how the bullpens are doing for each team. Well, you can look that up as well in the month of June, how bullpens are doing. It'll give you every single one of these splits. Now, the second website I use is Baseball Savant. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, but this is going to be an example in the background. Justin Steele, this is a baseball stats on steroids, man. It is insane, but I use this to see like, oh, maybe a pitcher has a 2 ERA, but his expected ERA is higher or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can also see, hey, is he getting a lot of whiffs? Is he walking a lot of guys? It also will show his pitch distribution. What kind of pitches is he throwing a lot? Does he throw a lot of the four seam? Does he throw a lot of the changeup? It'll give you all that and where he likes to hit the zone at. Or maybe you're like, hey, I don't know, does he strike out a lot of guys with the slider? Does he strike out a lot of guys with the curveball? Another great spot to check, hey, how are each team hitting his fastball? Great website, man. I can't talk about this one enough. I mean, you can see it. Just look at it. It shows you all this, and this is Baseball Savant. Now, the third one is RotoWire, and I've given out these type of splits on my TikTok lives before, but we're going to use Nestor Cortez for an example because I gave him out today. It shows you a lot of as last game logs, but I mainly use this website for splits. How is he pitching versus lefty-righties over the last couple years, and then home-away splits. If you guys hear me talk about home-away splits on the TikTok lives, this is the main site that I see, oh, Nestor Cortez been really bad on the road in his career. It's also a great site to check out weather. It'll tell you weather. Hey, this game right above us in San Diego at Boston right here, 18-mile-per-hour wind blowing out. Maybe that, hey, maybe you like the over then. And it gives you little news reports. Now, for example, sometimes it'll say, hey, some pitcher's supposed to start, but this guy's going to be the bulk reliever today or whatever, vice versa. But right here, Garrett Cole, I gave this out on my TikTok live. I'm going to keep on saying it. But he was making his first start back from an injury. He only built up to 68 pitches. So right there, I already kind of knew when he made his first start back from injury, he's not going to be going 90, 100 plus pitches in his first start back. Great news. Now, the fourth website / app is Outlier. Now, I have a 7-day free link up in my bio if you like this one. If you've seen my NBA player prop videos in the past, or even some days where you see the graphs behind me showing him how much he's hitting the last 5, last 10, that is Outlier. They have a trends page for teams. Great information here. And they have it for player as well. So if you're a player prop bettor, they have it for player props as well, saying, hey, he's failed to exceed 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs in 5 of his last 6 games. Great trends. Now, these are the graphs I'm talking about. You can see head-to-head, last 5, last 10, last 20, 24. You can look up total bases, all these, and it'll spit out a graph to you showing you how much he hits it. Now, I do got to say, for baseball, Outlier, I don't use it as much, but NBA, I use it a heck of a lot. It's my number one probably to go to in NBA. But like you can see above me, I'm still going through it. Last 5, last 10, it's showing you everything. It'll also even show you some splits. How's Julio Rodriguez hitting righties? How's Pablo Lopez doing versus righties? What pitches does Pablo Lopez throw? How does Julio Rodriguez hit the fastball, the slider, the changeup, the curveball? Everything, man. Outlier has grown and grown, and they keep updating their app. They got so much information. Here's another example for Caitlin Clark. Over 16.5 points. You can see hit it 3 of her last 5. Now, the great thing about Outlier and why I like it for NBA, you can go check, hey, how much does she hit that without this player in the lineup? Now, if you want to look up Steph Curry when Klay Thompson doesn't play, you can look that up. You can even look up, hey, when somebody's out and they play 30 minutes, it shows out a graph. Or you want to say, hey, when she plays on the road and gets 2 days rest, it'll spit out a graph for you. This is one of my favorite apps to use for during NBA season. The fifth website is covers.com. Now, this is where I basically start my day every single time. It gives me a good explanation or a good viewing of like, hey, which team's favored, what time the game starts, who the starting pitchers are, what the total over under is. It's where I start, and then once I find a game I like, I go to those other sites that we've already listed. The sixth website I use is StatMuse, and I'm sure you've heard of it before. But it is basically like, hey, you just type something into that search bar and it spits out a lot of game logs for you. Like this one behind me right now, left-handed starting pitchers versus the Cubs, and it'll spit out all the left-handed pitchers that have faced the Cubs and how they've been doing, how many strikeouts, and basically just game logs of every pitcher that is left-handed that has faced the Cubs. Or another example, Steph Curry game log without Draymond Green. It'll spit out all the game logs, every single game that Steph has played without Draymond Green in the lineup. Or maybe for NFL, these are wide receivers. Maybe you want to see, hey, how are wide receivers faring versus the Texans defense? You can look up wide receiver game logs versus the Texans. It'll spit out, it'll spit out a lot of game logs showing you how some wide receivers are doing versus this Texans defense. And for injury news, injury notifications on Twitter, Underdog. You can do Underdog MLB, Underdog NBA, Underdog NFL, any of them for whatever sport. It gives you, just like you saw today, Corey Seager left the game. Immediately tweet it, you see it. Mike Trout expected to return in July. Sometimes pitchers may get scratched late and you get a notification. Underdog is my #1 injury news source that I go to. Oh, and can't forget for lineups. As soon as a lineup is official, they tweet it out. They let you know what the official lineup is and who is in the lineup for that day. All right, guys, I know that was a long video, but those are my favorite apps and websites to use. If you ever need a little bit more explanation, maybe I skimmed past something a little too fast for you, just comment or DM me. I'm always glad to help out because I know some people are starting and don't know where to even look for stats at. So those are my favorites. Those are the ones I use on the daily. Don't get too wrapped up in being a stats galore, just absolutely loving stats, because sometimes stats and trends are meant to be broken. Just find the stats that you value and that you really trust and rock with them, and let's keep on cashing.